First there was the i30N. Next came the i20N. They were Hyundai's first hot hatches. They came out of nowhere and they were good. They even made the letter N sound sporty. Now it's time for Hyundai's third hot hatch, and this one doesn't follow the traditional front drive wag a wheel in the air template. To find out more, we went all the way to Korea and met up with Hyundai's design chief Sang-yup Lee, where he warmed us up with something that's not a hot hatch, the N-Vision 74 Coupe. Right, Sang-yup, let's have a look at some cars, shall we? So what
That's
we're going to have a look
always
at?
an exciting moment, isn't it?
It is. Right, what are we going to have a look at here? Can we take the wraps off?
Let's do that first.
Right, okay.
Seeing is believing.
Yeah, exactly. Minding the massive rear wing.
Yes.
Look at that.
This car is called N-Vision 74, which is 74. This car is all about who you are and how we want to moving forward. Look back into the history, we actually take that inspiration to moving forward. Now Hyundai puts amazing powertrain and suspension for brand N with the hydrogen power, with a really nicely tuned car, and the body itself is all about we are celebrating, appreciate what we have done before. That energy we are actually taking into the future.
So can you put this into production as a road car, do you think?
At the moment, this car is called Rolling Lab. So it's
Yeah.
actually the rolling laboratory.
Right.
There is a lot of test is happening at the moment. And we have a running car, it's only one model. But for me, I mean, it's my dream to see this car on the street, obviously.
Yes. Fantastic. So you're resetting Hyundai as a sort of sporting brand with a coupe as your sort of design centerpiece.
Yes.
So can we have a look at the next one, which is the IONIQ 5N?
Yes. So this is the next car coming, IONIQ 5N. IONIQ 5, actually, that is we're getting great feedback from customers, and it's actually doing really, really well in the market. We're not stopping there. We're taking to another level under the brand N, Hyundai subsidiary performance brand. And N has three very important key pillars. And number one is a corner rascal. Number two is the everyday sports car. Number three is a circuit track capability. And in EV era, this is a very difficult mission to achieve. It's because any EV, you take it to Nürburgring in Germany, you cannot have a full throttle the whole time because the efficiency got dropped quite a bit. And this is a Hyundai's N's challenge to make a perfect the track car out of the EV platform.
Really?
Yes.
Right, well, I'm intrigued. Can we take the wraps off?
Let's do that.
This, Emerging from under the sheet is the IONIQ 5N, Hyundai's first high-performance electric production car. And no, it's not just a regular IONIQ painted performance blue and fitted with bigger wheels, as Sang-yup will now explain.
And this is our DNA code, so we want to carry it on with the N Sports Blue, which is very important. But car is very different than standard IONIQ 5 because car has been lowered to have a better aerodynamic. And
just
also
the ride height or the whole body?
The whole body is a lower 15 millimeter.
Right.
And we got the wheel size of 21-inch wheel, which is actually bigger than a standard car. And a wider tire get a more traction on the tires. And the car has been lengthened because it's lower. It has to have a more stretch into it for the functional reasons. So as you see the rear, we have a strong diffuser on the rear.
Yeah. Just to put some figures on it, the 5N is 80mm longer overall, 50mm wider thanks to those fatter tyres and arch extensions, and it's not just the suspension that's been stiffened. The chassis itself has an extra 42 welding points. So what sort of performance are we talking about from this?
This car has a 580 horsepower.
Really?
And 0 to 60 is a 3.1 second. So it's unbelievable power. And obviously, the EV top speed does not matter, but track capability is very difficult to achieve.
Yeah, yeah. So what's it like? Because you've got to work with, you're on the design side and you've got the
Right.
engineers on the other side
Yeah.
saying, we need track capability. Who takes precedence? What have the engineers come to you and said, well, we can't have this like this?
I mean, car like this, there's no borderline between engineering and design. We actually have to work together because it's a true functional statement.
Yeah.
So I always talk to my designer, you are engineer at the same time. Same thing for engineer, you're a designer at the same time because everything driven by functionality.
Yeah.
So car has a definitely very strong statement, but every single piece in the surface is got to have a reason why, in terms of aero, in terms of cooling, in terms of the weight reduction, and it's all about it.
Yeah. Let's pick up on Sang-Yup's passing comment about weight reduction, because as yet Hyundai has said nothing about how much the IONIQ 5N will weigh, hopefully less than the i30N and i20N put together. In order to combat that inevitable weight, Hyundai has used technology. To prevent overwhelming the already huge 400mm front brakes, the car has 0.6G of regen capability. It has an electric limited slip diff on the rear axle and many, many uses of the letter N. There's N torque distribution, 11 levels of that, N launch control, N grin boost, N race, N active sound, N e-shift, no, not any shift, but a system that simulates gear changes. N pedal, N road sense, there's even N battery preconditioning. Enough N already. Hyundai's internal combustion hot hatches have succeeded because at heart they're natural performers. Let's hope the acronyms haven't taken over.